Cool Mini or Not has a title that's coming for you. Night of the Living Dead, a Zombified game. Good for 1 to 6 players, ages 14 and up, and should take about 60 to 75 minutes. Night of the Living Dead, a Zombified game, is a standalone game in the Zombified franchise based on the George A. Romero movie of the same name. In Night of the Living Dead, a Zombified game, players take on the role of the movie's main characters, holed up in an isolated house while the dead come to life all around them. The original movie sees the few survivors hunkering for safety in the house as the ghouls, as they are called in the film, pose a continuous threat from outside. It's a tense psychological thriller full of gritty mood and dark themes. But the game lets the survivors take the fight to the horde of the undead. Thank you for that little blurb there, Cool Mini or Not. I'm a huge fan of George A. Romero's Night of the Living Dead. It deeply affected me when I saw it as a kid, that's for sure. It gave me a good fear of zombies. So this game is based on, therefore, the godfather of all modern zombie movies, TV shows, comic books. Pretty much all started with the man himself and this movie. So to have a game based on that, plus, it's by Cool Mini or Not. And they have an awesome track record of some amazing games. But specifically, as the subtitle of this game says, they're the publishers of Zombified. And these are considered one of the best selling and played zombie games on the market. And they do have a bit of a Romero feel right from the beginning. So to finally pair this with the Romero classic is completely freaking awesome. Now, in the game, they do have a regular sort of Zombified mode that you can play in the game, which is a lot more action-heavy, while they also have a Romero mode that you can play the game in that is truer to Night of the Living Dead, while obviously the other is truer to the Zombified games. And the Romero, you use the black and white version of the cards. So it pulls you in thematically right there from the start of the game. Now, this is very interesting. They have these rules for relatives. You see, a common trope with the zombie story is the inability to kill a zombie of your relative, your mother, your child, your sibling, your spouse. You become frozen. Somehow, you don't realize or don't want to believe that they're really zombies or there's really no cure. So you doubt yourself and you just can't take them out until finally they bite you and kill you and eat you, or bite you and you kill them or someone else does, and then you're infected. And that is a very common trope, and that adds this whole psychological aspect to the game that is very, absolutely true to the classic Romero movies, especially this one. You know, and the components for this game are really good. The zombie miniatures and the miniatures for the movie characters, the heroes that you're playing, are all done really, really well. I like the artwork that they have chosen for them. It seems, obviously stripped right from scenes from the original movie itself, mid-action. So knowing the movie like I do and seeing those figures, it really brings those scenes to life. You know, there's a lot of zombie board games on the market. So many that I tend to make a pass on most of them these days because there's not enough different in many of them. But this does. This has a few factors that are elevating it, I think, beyond that of most common zombie board games. So if you're looking for one that stands out a little bit, then definitely you're going to want to put on your wish list, just like me, and hopefully get to your shelf and table, Cool Mini or Not's Night of the Living Dead, a Zombified game.